Hey guys, Linda here. Welcome back to Adore. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Coming to you today with another book series. I didn't know if I wanted to recommend this series or not because this series is not for everybody. It's a lot going on in this series. But I was like, what the heck? I'll go ahead and recommend it because I did buy the whole series, so I'll go ahead and recommend it. And that series is K.A. Tucker's The Wolf Hotel. If you read Kate Tucker, you wouldn't think she wrote some. It was some stuff going on here. This series is very steamy. It got a lot going on. That's why I was like, I don't know if I want to recommend this. And I think she wrote this on a pseudonym before she came out and put her actual name on here because I don't think she wrote this under K.A. Tucker when she wrote this book. But I guess when everybody found out that it was her, she was like, what the heck? Let me go ahead and put my name on here. Because this is like a 50 Shades of Grey. This is her 50 Shades of Grey. Because you got the billionaire. He's the hero owns the Wolf Hotel and it's set in Alaska. Some of this is going to be set in Alaska. And of course, you know, you got the young, naive, virginal female who's on leave from, I guess she's on college break. She's on a college break. And it starts with her trying to find a job because she's from a small town and she was engaged. Her and her boyfriend, her and her fiance are from the same town, and she ends up catching him cheating, of course. So now she don't want to go back to the small town because, you know, people gonna be asking questions, why did they break up and all that, and she didn't want to deal with all that. So she's trying to find her a job somewhere for the summer so she can go and she won't have to deal with all that. And she ends up getting this job in Alaska at the Wolf Hotel. It's a brand new hotel they're opening up in Alaska, and of course that's where she's gonna meet. I don't know what none of their names are. And I did write it down. I'm just gonna say the heroine and the hero. So that's where she's gonna meet the hero. And when she first meet him, she's gonna be drunk, and she's not gonna know that he's the owner of the hotel. But then she finds that out, and then it's some chemistry between them, and then yeah, they're gonna end up. He's gonna because I think when he read her resume, and I think you also had they took when you went for your when she went for her interview, they were filming her, so they also had a film of her, and so I think he saw that and he was interested, and that's why she got hired because she didn't have no experience. So that's why she got hired because he kind of liked her picture and liked what she said in her interview, and so when they meet, he gonna end up getting her a job working as his assistant because he's gonna be at the hotel for a while because it's just like I said, just opening up, and he wanted to be there for them opening up and stuff like that because he don't work there. You know, he work in a big city somewhere, and his family, yeah, they got. I think they billionaire. They might be billionaires. I think because their family got a lot of money, and he's trying to go off and on his own and open up this hotel. So he's there for a little while, but he don't stay there. So she ends up being his assistant, yeah, and then stuff go from there. They start hooking up from there. So this is book one. This is Tempt Me, and all of these books are on the same couple. Then you got book two, which is Break Me, where they end up breaking up because what? And then I was like, they never said to each other that we want to be, you know, we just want to go with each other. They never said that to each other because I don't consider them going together. I just consider them sleeping buddy because they just slept together. Because no, he never said anything and she never said anything. They just were sleeping together. And she gets upset because she see him, in this one, she sees him go off with somebody, and she, miscommunication. Nobody ever talked to anybody. So now you got miscommunication, and then while there's a lot going on, she ends up sleeping with somebody else. Yeah. So if you don't like that in your books, this won't be for you because there's a lot going on here. We got two males and one woman because she gonna be with two men, and she ends up with sleeping with two guys, and the heroine does. But when she first ends up cheating, and then I don't consider cheating because y'all never did declare. They never did declare themselves. So I was like, is that cheating when you just sleep with somebody but you never say we actually going together? Yeah. So she's upset, and she ends up going to this guy and talking to him, and they end up sleeping together, and then the hero finds out about it, but he never says anything. He don't do anything about it. He never says anything about it because he really, I don't know what his problem was. I guess he really didn't want, he wanted her, but he didn't want to make a commitment. So he don't say anything, and then he ends up leaving and going back to where I don't know if it's New York. He ends up going back to New York where he actually lives and where his actual office is, the main headquarters. He ends up going back, and she ends up staying behind at the in Alaska, and she ends up working on the ground crew, and that's when she meet these other two guys, and that's why I said, yeah, two guys and one female. She ends up meeting them. And I think she ends up meeting them in this one. This is Teach Me. And when her and these guys are hanging out together. And I like to, even though I skip some of these scenes because, like I said, it's a lot. If you don't like a lot of sexual content, if you don't like two males and one woman, if you don't like the cheating trope, this series would not be for you because there's a lot going on. We got some orgy going on in here. Yeah. Because the main character, the two main characters be experimenting with stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot going on. But other than that, if you like me, I skipped over some of that. I was like, I don't want to read that. But it had other stuff in here that I enjoyed the story of her going to Alaska, starting out on her own. Because like I said, she's from a small town. She never been anywhere but to college when she left home. So she exploring and going to Alaska. She meeting new people. I like the other characters in, even though the two men that she fooled around with, I like those two male characters. I wanted them to have a book, but I don't think she's going to do a book for those two characters. And in the end, the two main characters end up together in the end. That's what I like about it. Because if they hadn't ended up together, I went about this. They ended up together because I want a happy ending at the end. And then after all whatever they went through between all these other books of fooling around with other folk, but he never did. I don't think the hero ever cheated because you never heard about him ever messing with anybody else. But she assumed. Don't assume. Ask questions. And if she had asked him about that, she would have knew that he didn't do anything. But now she upset and crying and acting cray-cray. She ended up cheating. Well, I ain't gonna say cheating because they didn't declare themselves that they was going together. So she ended up sleeping with somebody else. He ends up going back to New York, and then she ends up staying at the, like I said, she ends up staying in Alaska, working on the ground crew, and she meets these other two guys, and one of the guys falls for her, and then the other one, yeah, So you got that going on in here. And then you have Surrender to Me. I don't know if in this one, the hero comes back, because I think because you never hardly get his point of view. It's mostly her point of view. And he ends up coming back because I think he does have feeling for her. And they finally get together and declare that they want to be together. Yeah. And so in this one, go from there of them getting back together, her going back, and when because she have to go back to college, she want to make a decision. She want to go back to college. She ends up going back home to her mother because you got a lot of family drama going on too. Because the hero, him and his brother don't get along. Yeah, they don't get along at all. Yeah, they got some bad feelings between them. And then you got the heroine, her mother don't get along because her mother is very controlling, and she always did what her mother said. So when she kind of like rebelled a little bit because her mother wants her to get back with the guy that she was engaged to, because like I said, they were high school sweetheart. They've been together forever, and then they went away to college together, and they broke up. And her mom was like, well, y'all just had a little falling out, she wanted them to get back together. But then her daughter tell her she don't fell for somebody else, and let's just say her mother is not, she's not too happy with that situation. So you got some mother drama going on with her being with the main hero. And that's what's going in this book. This is Surrender to Me. We got 5 books in this series. And then we got the last book. Let me see when she first published these books, because these books were published a long time ago. Tempt Me was published in 2015. That's why I like coming to these books, because I wanted to read this book, but I wanted to read this series, but I didn't do it. I was like, I don't know if I want to commit to a series. But then K.A. Tucker said she was coming out with this book, because I follow her on Instagram. She said she read the series again and she really enjoyed it, and she said, I'm going to do another book on the 2 main characters, and she did this one. So I was like, well, she's going to come out with another book. I'm going to go ahead and read this series. So that's when I went ahead and read Tempt Me. And let me tell you, I was gonna tell you when this was published. This was published in 2015. 2015 was Tempt Me, and then you had I think I done got the books out of order now. So let's see. Let me go and look it up on here and see what's what, because I think I done got them out of order. And like I said, I always put which book it is in the series. At least put it on the spine so you'll know. Yeah. So let me go look that back up. Yeah, you got Tempt Me. And when did I say this was published? Let's see. 2015, Tempt Me, the first book. And then you got Break Me, the second book, was published in 2016. So she had them coming out right behind each other so far. It's the second book, 2016. And then she had Teach Me. This was also published in 2016. So they were published in this, books 2 and 3 published in the same year. And then what came next? Surrender to Me. And this was published in 2017. So she had one published in 15, 2 published in 2016, and then this one came out in 2017, Surrender to Me. And so when she said she was coming out with this one came out last year, 2023. From 17 to 2023. How many years is that? 6 or 7 years, I think. That's a long time. I'm glad I didn't read that. But this one ended, the way it ended, I was like, you gonna end like this? Because in the Surrender to Me, he proposed to the main character, the main female character. He proposed to her. And then it stopped just like that. And I was like, that's it? We know they're going to get married? Yeah. But maybe she was going to write another one. And I don't know. Maybe she kept getting emails or whatever about is she going to write anything else on this story. But she said she reread the series and she wanted to do another book. And this one, On Me, published last year, is going to be on them, getting their wedding together, planning their wedding. I can't think of nothing. Yeah, planning their wedding. This was on them planning their wedding. She has moved into his New York apartment. I think he's set in New York. And then a twist going to happen. Yeah. Something going to happen. I was like, what? I'm not going to go into what happened in this one, but yeah. And she still having her mother is slowly coming around to them being engaged. But yeah, her mother wanted her to end up with her childhood sweetheart, but that's not going to happen. And this is On Me. This is the last book in the series. This is the 5th book in the series. the 5th book in the series. So, if you don't mind some over-the-top sexual content, a little cheating going on, a little 2 women and 1 man action going on, 2 men and 1 woman action going on, then check it out. I highly recommend it. Like I said, I like the characters in here. I enjoyed all the characters. I like the banter between, and the dialogue. I'm a person for dialogue. I like the dialogue between the 2 main characters. I was very interested. I couldn't put it down, even though I did skip over some of the steamy scenes. Yeah, they were doing a little bit too much. I skipped over some of that. But other than that, I highly recommend this series. I gave it a 4.5 stars. Really, really enjoyed it. As you can see, I bought all 5 books. Tempt Me, Break Me, Teach Me, Surrender to Me, and On Me. So the series is completed. You don't have to worry about waiting till the next book come out. The series is completed, unless you go and do something else. But it did end. It ended correctly on this one, because this one, it didn't end correctly. They just agreed to be married. They were going to get married, and it was like, that's it. But it ended in a good way in this one. And the 2 main characters do, even though they go through their little ups and downs, people sleeping, the female character slept with somebody else. But like I said, I didn't consider them going together because they were just sleeping buddies, during that time. But if you don't like that, this won't be for you. It's a lot going on, a lot of sexual content going on in here. And if you don't like that in your books, it might not be for you. But like I said, I highly recommend it. I gave the whole series of 4.5 stars, and this is K.A. Tucker, the Wolf Hotel series. Highly recommend it if you don't mind sexual content in your romances. Some over-the-top sexual content in your romances. But that's all I have for now. Until next time, keep reading those romances, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.